go back to the phones. This is the Oak Restaurant Hotline. Bryan Barrett with the Oak Restaurant Hotline joins us on the phone as he called a District 7 AAA game for the 12th week in a row, and he'll have 2 more weeks of District 7 teams playing each other. Bryan, welcome into the scoreboard edition of Friday Night Thunder.
Hey, Dennis, good to be here, and we already know that we're going to have a semifinal broadcast. We've got 4 teams from Rutherford County playing in the second round. 2 of them will advance, and 1 of them will move on to play someone else in the semifinals. So, we've kind of got our broadcast set here for the month.
Yeah, and we were talking about that. It's the new system will kind of get it kind of revert it back where you wouldn't really meet a district foe until the third round. But now you're guaranteed a District 7 AAA team in the semifinals. You're going to be broadcasting on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's been that way for the past many years. Even in the old playoff system, Riverdale had some really good teams back then. But the past number of years, that's obviously the way that it's worked out for us. But really good football here, and we of course lose one district team tonight with Smyrna, but had to because there were 2 teams playing each other, and everyone else went out and won their ball games. So a really good night for Rutherford County. A heartbreaking loss in Single A for Eagleville tonight, but all in all, a very good night for high school football in Rutherford County.
We're talking to Bryan Barrett. He is the play-by-play voice for WGNS on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show. Dennis Weaver, Josh Peterson.
Bryan, talk a little bit about tonight's game. Riverdale kind of got out on them early, and it seemed like kind of just cruised after that as far as didn't really add any points. Sloppy game, too, as well. Sounded like they had a lot of penalties. Yeah,
a ton of penalties in tonight's game, and I know that Smyrna is going to look back and look at those penalties and see how costly those penalties were. And that plus Riverdale did excellent tonight on big play or long yardage situations. They were in, 3rd and long, 3rd and 26 one time, and get a first down out of it, and those 3rd and 4th down conversions in long situations really kept drives going for Riverdale, and Smyrna couldn't get those drives sustained. And so I think Smyrna will look back and see penalties hurt them, and also getting gashed on some big plays when they had them in 3rd down and long situations really kept drives alive, and Riverdale wound up scoring on many of those. It was kind of a scoreless second half with the exception of the late Smyrna score, but Riverdale did what they needed to do to get the win, and very much like last week's game, a lot of penalties in last week's game. Smyrna or Riverdale gets out big at the beginning, and that's kind of how last week's script was written as well.
All right, Bryan, I know that it's a little early to ask you this question, but have you decided what broadcast you're going to do next week?
Well, we're going to go with the Backyard Brawl Part 2 with Blackman hosting Riverdale next Friday night, and we'll have in-game reports from the Oakland-Laverne game next Friday over at Oakland.
All right, Bryan, we appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you then, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, Dennis.
All right, that is Bryan Barrett with WGNS.